We just had a movement. That thing is printing at 181. BIDU after hours. Look at that thing ripping to the upside. Just remember that this is here and this is now. We had people with some calls that will make money. We had some put options, though, in case it fell down toward 150. We didn't care which way it wants to go. Look at how wide that bid and ask is right now. Look at that. Look at that live. If you want to learn how to trade that earnings and after hours and make that money, you could see how they jammed that quote in there. 181s are printing. We don't have quite a report, but we do know something, that whatever they have to say, as of this very moment, they're doing quite well. And not only are they doing quite well, you can see this 3-minute bar and price just ripping to all-time intraday afternoon highs. Think about that. Skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight, and this BIDU is running. And we got guys that got it, but we're going to also find out what they had to say. Obviously, somebody got the news ahead of everybody else, of course. That's why we used some of the call options of the 185 calls here and now, and we also have put options that were the 150 strike price below the market, and we didn't care which way it wanted to go. We do know one thing, though. We weren't going to lose money. I got a BIDU ripping and a roaring. That's what we got here in after hours. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is, first thing, we're going to see if they can bust out there. The preliminary is $1.39 versus $1.37. Revs on BIDU came in at 1.57 billion versus 1.54 billion capital IQ consensus. And we are right now ticking into a 52-week high here and now. Yes, we have the 190 calls. Yes, they were very, very, very cheap. So that's the preliminary here. And not only that, the CQ1 revs of 1.52 to 1.573 versus the 1.42. Now, let me tell everybody one thing. That is an excellent report. So, in after hours, we're going to come back to this, because any weakness, I can tell you right now by looking at that earnings, there is nothing wrong with these earnings. Okay? And no telling what they're going to say on the conference call, but I can say Q1 revs at 1.52 billion to 1.573 billion versus 1.42 billion, and this name is a very, very good report. Remember, Sina, S-I-N-A, it had provided earnings last night, and it got cremated. So here I'm going to come back in. I got this thing right here, right now, how to trade after hours. Let you get in the free 5-day trial. This is very exciting. When you're making that kind of money, that thing is zipping and a ripping. One of the things about the BIDU trade is that BIDU had about 451,000 active online marketing customers in the fourth quarter of 2013. How about that? Representing 11.1% increase from the corresponding period in 2012 and a 2.8% decrease from the third quarter of 2013. Revenues per line marketing customers for the fourth quarter of 2013 was approximately 3,452, that's a 34.8% increase from the corresponding period in 2012, and a 9.4% increase compared to the third quarter of 2013. Traffic acquisition cost as a component of cost of revenue was $194.3 million. So we know that they've been spending money, representing 12.3% of the total revenues, as compared to 9.6% in the corresponding period in 2012 and 11.7% in the third quarter of 2013. The increase mainly reflects increased overall traffic and whatnot. So, look, one thing that we can say is that the bandwidth cost as a component of cost of revenues were 93.1 million, representing a 5.9% of total revenues. Now here's the deal. Compared to 5.3% in the corresponding calendar year of 2012. All right. So basically what I can see here is that the upside guidance for Q1 sees Q1 revs of 1.526 to 1.573 billion versus the 1.42 billion that the analyst consensus was. So they're kicking on all cylinders. And yes, the call contracts that we have at the 190 strike, we're going to make a lot of money on those. We're going to lose our money on the 150 puts, and that's okay with us. So once again, here we are. We are just trading up in that news. There'll be some profit taking. Nonetheless, though, stay tuned for that live entry tomorrow morning because we will be trading very heavily on the ranges from this afternoon and after hours. Once again, I will show it what it looks like to the new people and whatnot. And here, we enjoy these kind of trades, I can tell you, because this is right when the earnings report was released. A algorithm bought and pushed this stock to the very high of that area of 188. This is that wonderful breakout that's doing us very nice right now. And once again, stockmarketfunding.com. Go sign up, get in here, learn how to trade after hours. What a move that BIDU finally came through. Listen, it's been a long time since these people have been able to really rip their numbers.